Again, the team gets assistance from unseen forces.
I've had dreams the past nights about standing in front of a yellow buttercream, adorable, picture-perfect home by the road just watching. All of a sudden, I zoom to the front door.
I'd been having some dreams, actually pretty consistent dreams over the last couple weeks about a yellowish colored house. It was more 50s, 60s.
Okay.
I mean, like literally where you would still have milk delivered to your front door type of era, maybe even the 40s or 50s.
Mm-hmm.
The house was white at the time.
Mm-hmm. Stand on the porch, ring the doorbell, in almost slow motion. As the door opens, all I see is black inside the home. And before I can see who's answering the door, I wake up. But last night, my dream, almost a nightmare. I stood in front of the house longer than the other dreams I've had.
With precognitive aid, the team tackles the spiritual side of this investigation.
So it's in Charles City, Iowa, and you set it up. You spoke with the client and kind of got some general, because you didn't want everything given to us, which is good, because we're going to go into spiritual too. But what things has she said so far?
There's no children in the house, which is a good thing. It's just her. She has a dog and a couple cats. The pets have noticed things just out of the blue, just start barking or noticing something out in the corner. She's been pushed going down the stairs. She's been tapped. One of the things that really concerns her is there's a little boy that she was babysitting, or still does. He had gone into the bathroom, started screaming and screaming. She goes in there, and he had swore the bathtub was just covered in blood. Period. Men that come over to the house, whether she was dating or not dating, just friends, they do not like men. Whatever is there does not like men. So I didn't get a lot of information. I kept it that way just for my own sake, but that's basically what she's told me so far.
Okay, interesting. So being the man of the group, that should be interesting for me.
Get the testosterone.
Yeah. And then this are some notes that you had made up. It's very much kind of like the Mitchellville case of this past fall, where you had these visions or dreams or whatnot, and you kept getting. For you, is it reoccurring, or is it just a one time that it stands out, or a mixture of both?
It's recurring.
Okay, reoccurring. Okay.
I'd been having some dreams, actually pretty consistent dreams over the last couple weeks about a yellowish colored house. Pretty much, what this house looks like. Wrote it down, of course, typed it up and gave it to Eric. About the what I felt was going on in the house and who was here, what was going on and such. Basically just standing in front of this yellow buttercream colored house, whatever it may be, real cute, just picturesque. I mean, you just picture it in the 1960s or something, you know, just, you know, wait for the milkman to come up with the fresh milk, you know, and all of a sudden the dream, I'm like slammed to the front door, just bam. And the door opens and it's just completely dark. I don't see who's opening the door and I just wake up. Doesn't feel good.
Yeah, no. And no previous common knowledge of this place whatsoever, correct? Okay. Yeah, so this I might share a little bit. I'll put this in the case files definitely, but I kind of want to go down the list and see what we get that matches up to this, especially the body bag part.
I didn't know really anything. I had talked to Brenda once with very, very, very little information. Eric tonight had actually talked to her a little bit and did confirm that the house is yellow without really being asked. So that was pretty neat.
The night started pretty interesting. Sarah had some visions of the location before she was told anything about it, and so that had happened again. It happened at Mitchellville one other time too, and she doesn't really stay there at night. She's kind of been staying at friends' houses and stuff like that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I did tell her on the phone, or ask her on the phone if she could. I don't know if she has or not. I did talk to her briefly tonight for just a few minutes just to verify that we were coming out. And, to make a journal of just, you know, from that night about 2 weeks ago until tonight. Just make a journal, even if it's just something small that she notices or huge, whatever it may be, or there's things that she's remembered from the past that's happened in the house.
Anyways, alright, well, let's load up here and get on the road.
On the road again.
My thoughts for being back after 5 months. I'm having a lot of fun. I definitely missed it. I wish I would have went to the other cases. This is definitely, I believe, a step up from the last case I was at, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the evening and early morning.
Yeah, Jack, you know, when we went to New Virginia, Sarah had one of her situations I don't think she's had before, right? Where you, like, blacked out and you didn't even...
Yeah, that was crazy. It was all on video.
Yeah. And she doesn't want to watch it, really. So there's Miles in here again. You gonna be okay right there?
I don't even know if I'm doing anything with this.
What do you need to do? Do you need to go? I turned around, I saw Sarah just in a daze. I remember asking her, "Are you okay? Can you step forward?" And she was in a trance.
It was honestly a real blur to me. The feelings were just so overwhelming. I do remember I was crying, I was sniffling.
It's not for what happened, it's because how fat I looked. So.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh my god, I'm that short and fat. Jeez.
Well, poor Kim, you know, she'd always like, I look like a mini Asian woman.
Miss Swan.
Yeah.
You're looking like a man.
Yeah, this case should be really interesting, and I'm already getting, I've had some vibes off of it early on, but some of my friends that are also sensitive on this one, they've gave me some foresight, and they're like, careful on this one, aggressive male, potentially, especially he hates men and children, so me being a guy there, it could be interesting. He said don't really, well, she had advised me, one of my consultants tonight advised me not to take more of the passive like I've done before and be nice. I can do that starting out, but you'll end up agitating him more, so he's one that you have to be stern with.
Yeah.
So
Don't be passive aggressive.
yeah. And so with that said, I'm gonna have to check with the client. She pretty much was like, do whatever you need to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if this might be a case that if we need to, we don't do it very often, and I don't see a need for it, but if we do have to get aggressive, how does everyone feel about that? I mean, traditionally we don't. We're almost there. So, from your visions that you've seen, I'm kind of curious to see once you see it if it's going to be like, oh my gosh.
When we first arrived, I kind of had an eerie feeling, like when we pulled in, and especially the upper level. When we went down, when we actually entered the house, when we went down to the basement, I definitely got a sense of someone was there being watched. It was the same for up in the bedrooms and upper level as well.
When we got here, pulled in the driveway, it wasn't really a eerie feeling. It was, there was just feelings, kind of like being watched, of course. Coming into the house didn't feel uncomfortable or anything.
Hi, I'm Eric from Paranormal Endeavors. This is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And Jackie on camera.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
So we'll go ahead then, and we just got here a little bit later than we'd wanted, so we'll jump right into it and you show us around.
Okay. There's a bathroom in here, and they would have the hot water faucet turned on.
Okay, hot water faucet we turn on. Okay.
It would be turned on like that when you come downstairs.
Okay. Full blown like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a pretty big trickle, and it was like that for a good month.
Okay.
So we actually turned the water faucet off.
Yeah.
So you can't use it. We had it turned on now for about like 3 months, and they haven't messed with it yet.
Okay.
But now there's been more activity upstairs.
Okay. I would say, is that something that the cats kind of acted weird, or?
They do.
Okay.
My dog especially, he'll act different.
Yeah. They stare at things and look like they're watching something.
Randy does more than the cats,
Yeah.
and like when we had Randy upstairs in the kennel, he'll be whining all of a sudden, or barking at what appears to be nothing, and
I'm the one that actually did all the initial calling.
Okay. Yeah, Jackie Carpenter. You
Yeah.
spoke with her, yeah. Good friends with her, worked her before. And
So there was two spirits, you felt like?
yeah. One that was in the bed holding me, and the other one was in the corner there.
And then your boyfriend was downstairs? Or
He was
wherever?
in the bathroom or something, yeah.
Okay.
One thing that happened like really right here, and like about 2 weeks ago, like all of a sudden me and Denise were here, and her daughter Marcy. One of these had got thrown down the steps, because you can tell when they just like drop. But this actually got like thrown down the steps at us. We weren't like right here in the doorway, but then Randy had tore apart a cassette tape, and when I was picking it up, it just felt really weird. Like a really weird feeling came over me just to pick it up, so I just left it.
Okay.
My friend's kid came over and said that there was blood on the tub. He said it's from right here all the way down.
Okay.
And so he was scared to come up here by himself.
Yeah. And how old is he?
He's only 8.
Okay.
He had just turned 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's never been known to say things like that before. It just came out of the
No, they just
credible 8-year-old. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it just came out of the blue. And like sometimes my ex-boyfriend would be in here taking a bath, and he would dip his head all the way in the water. And he said it felt like somebody's holding him down. It's almost laying on top of his chest in here.
Do you have an abstract or any kind of old history of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does
Do you
get-
have it with you?
It does get a little weird in it.
Okay. Weird we can do.
Like weird.
It's, yeah.
Where did this come from?
That was my ex-boyfriend's, and he didn't take it with him. I don't care for it.
You just haven't taken it down.
He is the one
Okay.
who's getting his stuff, and
Okay.
yeah, I don't.
I wondered because I was drawn to it. It instantly when I seen it. I think there was something like that too. Okay.
The activity
Oh yeah.
got a lot stronger, and
Yeah. Because there was activity before, and it was just
Yeah.
maybe not as.
yeah, just
It
not
was
as
prominent.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, when they started talking to Brenda and warning her
Something about a.
about Frank,
Frank. Okay.
you know, it's like, no, we need to get somebody in here and
Yeah.
get things checked out.
Who was warning her about Frank?
The people's names that I got mentioned to me was Laura and Frank.
Okay.
And
Were they previous owners? Or
Frank, there is a Frank in the abstract.
okay.
Laura, I don't know.
Okay.
But
that Frank had sold to his son Mathis.
Okay.
And then after that, it gets a little weird because then it goes to his wife, Margaret. But it doesn't say what happened to Margaret. And then after that is where it gets kind of weird because then it goes back up to the Johnsons. And then it goes down to somebody else and like it just wipes them off completely.
The next owners, you mean?
Like from Margaret. It doesn't have nothing about Margaret or nothing when she took over.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes back to the first owners.
The first owners.
Yeah.
The W.B. Johnson, Captain L. Johnson, who they bought it to Frank D. Wagner, and then Frank D. Wagner sold it to his son.
So this was the original. This is the builder.
These
the
original owners. Yep.
Okay, and what year was that? 1910. Okay.
Yeah. And see, they didn't have it very long either.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what, 3, 4, 5 days?
Yeah.
Literally. Where's
Yeah.
the date at again? I can't-
July 23rd.
23rd and then the 26th.
Yeah, and then it goes on to the 27th is when they had sold it to like their son. Yeah.
Within 48 hours, it was owned by.
Yeah.
What does that say? They ordered the 27th.
And then this is when he dies. This is when it starts to get into where he died and everything, and then it goes to Margaret.
Is that normal?
Huh?
Is that normal?
Is that the animals or is that?
That's upstairs.
And that's upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Here too.
Is that normal?
Yeah.
Without the animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
It's just, yeah.
And proceed.
Normal as possible for the house.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. That fire rod thing that's above the doorway going in from the dining room to the living room here at Brenda's. How old is that? So it's pretty old then. Okay, well that's what we needed.
Let's see if there's any changes in there.
Alright. Okay. I'll let you go then. Alright. Bye-bye. Oh, he sounds so heartbroken, disappointed that it wasn't you on the phone. He said that it was very old. All he did was restore it.
okay. He didn't happen to know where it came from or anything, though.
The song kind of went off on and they wanted to sign it. And that actually kind of paid too much for the house. But yeah. So as long as it's empty for present time, it actually feels reduced
So,
on it.
did you? I want to try about it. I don't know how well you are at energies or Reiki or anything like that, but I just wanted you to see if you can check like this. It's different in 2 locations. There's like this cool breeze. Just go where your hands tell you to stop at.
It is kind of cool.
See, this is one of our forms of validation because the spiritual side, anybody would be like, but there's some truth to it.
It's like a little bit warmer or something over here.
It's definitely, you got the right location. It's like these two, and
It's like tingly or something.
I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that one and this one right here, as if I don't know if they hold it like that or what.
Well, on a stoker like that, you wouldn't
that
hold
far-
it. You
not
wouldn't,
that far
no,
in.
You wouldn't hold it that far. If that's actually a, I wonder if that was used for an iron. So I don't feel anything bad with that at all. So
It's definitely
it's tingling when my
definitely one of the energies radiating in this house is right here. She had, like I said, precognitive vision about this location, and I advised her, just like always, to go ahead and jot that down, take notes of it, and this is what she had come up with. yellow or buttercream colored home, recently sighted in the past 5 years. Okay. There you go. A black, older Jeep, not old, but driven hard. So is there a Jeep or kind of a SUV thing or anything like that?
Equinox maybe. Remember the moth and we had music turned up really loud, so I had to do stop over.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Classic rock.
Yeah.
And then once we got to the location, it was very fascinating because I had her kind of recreate the vision, the dream. We walked out. Some of the houses were a little bit different compared to what she had saw, but the overall general layout was the same. You're right here?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm, right in this area. The roads were not as new as they are now.
Yeah, so it was a different era.
Yeah. It was more 50s, 60s. Actually, fire truck would have been right here. Ambulance backed up to the house. Not pulling in, but backed in. So they knew that the bodies were, that whoever was in there was already dead. But it was two adult body bags. It wasn't a child, and
it wasn't a fire like the fire situation.
Correct. Of course, police cars and people were standing, over on this side.
Right now, lunar date 16. So the full moon would have just been yesterday. Well, when we had arrived on the 10th. Because right now it's showing a part of the black going over it again. So this was the moon phase, and it's believed by many paranormal researchers that moon phases can affect paranormal activity. And why not? I mean, moon phases in the moon and other factors from space also affect the... can you see that?
Kind of.
Can also affect water, people's moods, everything like that. So paranormal activities tends to also. A couple things that I have here are sensors, especially since there's a door that tends to be opening and shutting by itself. So we have this. It's a device. Has a magnetic strip to it actually, and you turn it on. And once it's close like this, the magnetic strip has it so it's not armed. But instantly, when there's a separation in the device, it comes on. Okay? So we're going to have this armed at this door. Leave it armed. Let me double check here. Yep. We were in the living room for the first session, the EVP session, and we were doing scientific primarily for this one. Just asking questions, trying to get a layout and familiarize ourselves with the location, who might be here, and all that good stuff. And as ourselves. And
Okay, we have got Eric, Jackie, Sarah, Brenda. Denise, that's right. Starting EVP session.
so typically how we start out in general, especially when we're not going so much into spiritual just yet, and try to do the broad and just ask kind of general questions. You know, is anybody here like to communicate with us? Especially since you haven't been with us for a while. Did you want to start with the first question?
No?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just go.
Yep.
Alright. Is there anyone here in the room with us right now?
Talk to us and converse with us. I know you both have a lot to say and a lot to get out.
You're also free to maybe open that door again, if that was you, to the basement. Move objects upstairs if you want. Motion light. It's behind you, sir. Getting.
But as the night progressed, I did hear some voices, did hear some creaking and such. Of course, hopefully on the playback, when we go back to review all the information, of course, hopefully more will come up. In communicating with us, not only is it okay, and we want you to be vocal, please, but you can touch us to let us know that you're here, or tap on the wall or on something like that. Are you able to make any of those noises or touch one of us?
I definitely was getting some sort of strange feeling over by the door of the living room, like there was something over in that general area in the dining room. So I kept looking over there, and I turned the camera every once in a while just to check it out.
There was something behind me.
It's been there for a while.
Is that light from her light reflecting when she moves?
Yeah, there's that
Can you turn
too.
that light?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
she does that. Yeah.
Are you scared to talk to us?
Keep thinking I'm hearing slight boom.
Yeah, I just heard something upstairs.
Because when that did the one before that last one, at the same time when I heard it interfered on channel 4, like there was a little static. At the same time, it was like boom.
While doing our first session, I did have my hair tugged once. That was pretty cool. Also, while we were in there, kept getting not a knot, but it was major pressure on my back, like I was being hit or struck on the back. Of course, during the first session, we did hear some voices, and or at least I did, and hopefully they came through on the video or the EVP. But not a lot going on. But there are little subtle things that we have noticed. You die in this home? I just heard a male voice towards this area, the kitchen, dining room.
Okay.
Very faint, but it was muffled, mumbled, something.
Okay. Hopefully, recorder picked that up. Are you holding the recorder?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't exactly get everything we were hoping to get, but we definitely heard a few sounds here and there.
I want to go back to the other man. That was murdered in the home. Were you ganged up on when you came home from work or came home for the evening? Heard something upstairs.
I'm hearing slight noises from upstairs.
I am too.
Have that ready. I look over every once in a while. I mean, you should be able to hear it. I think I've stopped recording here. You know, but
Yeah.
okay.
Did you think that you wouldn't get caught at what you were doing? That nobody was going to notice?
I think this would be a perfect time to where I do, not the human dowsing rod, but or I channel in random words and see if that comes out. Something.
Just got a cold chill.
Okay. Let me try that here. Stand actually in here. Right. Here actually. Man with a black mustache. Not like a leisure suit, but a nice dress, like business casual. An old alcohol bottle. Is it whiskey? See an old glass vase or vase. See turquoise, light blue color. I see money. Was someone paid for a service? I was starting to get some random things that had clicked together that tend to line up with some that other investigators were getting to that were sensitive. Primarily, it's predominantly a business casual man with this black mustache, and he had slicked back, clean cut hair, and if I had to put him in a time frame, he would have been the late teens, early 1920s time frame, and just nothing really good about him. He's kind of a shady fella. And then during that time, when I was kind of in that daze of getting the words, it felt like someone had just like ran at me full blast. That's when I had snapped out of it, and I looked and wasn't anybody there, but it doesn't mean there wasn't anybody there. Sound and movement over here. Somebody had just... It was before that. It felt like somebody had just in front of the stairway. There's a woman here, feel free to come out. Is it the man holding you back, the ones that are responsible? Are you not to talk about this? You're to remain silent? One of those, whatever happened here did not happen?
I just felt like something like ran down the back of my shirt.
Tends to be a theme here where it just seems like there's on the need to know and you're not on the need to know. It's kind of hush-hush thing. And that's for the event that was early on, I think, relating to a lot of what was upstairs.
It's moving when I'm...
Is it this?
I bet it is.
Yeah.
Smells off. Okay. All right, good. Good debunking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did see something. When
Yeah.
It was on here. It came across here and like curved up.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was just...
And that was the handheld by Jackie. She saw something how long ago? A while ago?
Not horribly long ago, but more past the halfway point.
Okay.
Lights out, where's the light? Alright, so this is Eric and Jackie heading upstairs. Temperatures around here are ranging 76.6, 75, 76, 75. Usually we like to see a 10-degree difference in either direction. Is more significant. The bigger difference, the more impressive it is for us.
Okay, when Eric and I first went upstairs, I didn't really have any strange feelings or anything, but when I did sit in one of the rooms, I had a feeling of that there was something behind me, there was something in that room that wasn't presenting itself to either one of us.
72.8, 72.6, 72.5.
Are you in the room that I'm at right now? When Eric ended up going back downstairs, it was just me upstairs. I had more of a, not really scared, but a little bit nervous because I could still feel like it was there with me in that room.
After I'd sat down with Brenda and Denise for a little bit and discussed a few things, Went ahead and traded with Eric and went upstairs with Jackie, just sitting there patiently and quietly by herself.
I was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my God.
I thought I heard something on the steps, but I did it twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I was saying, it sounded like it was right there.
Oh, that mirror scared me.
Yeah, this room's gonna make EBGBs.
Yeah? Seriously.
It feels like a lot of weight.
It does. It's a lot of weight up here.
Like on my shoulders over here. I don't know if it's just me on the camera, but it's like pressing down.
Yeah, yeah. Eric said that it was like a baseline of about 72 degrees in here.
Mm-hmm.
In there, 65. Like there's something hiding in that room.
The one I'm in?
We'll go back in the corner. I mean, I keep hearing stuff over here too.
Yeah.
No, it's not like anything bad over there though. I'm just not getting the feelings like Eric was. I'm getting more readings on Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And I got quite a few things that were just right on the...
Like he's still here watching over her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants her to go back to school. She had tried and stopped, and he's like, no, you're going back to school.
You two, is there really a whole lot?
We heard a couple of things, but I mean nothing.
Alright, so right now I think what's gonna happen is we're all gonna
Take a nap.
Everyone take a nap.
I could take one. Heck, I'll just lay here and just let.
Just do the sleeping experiment, yeah. Just all leave and let the house kind of do its thing, whatever happens here when nobody's here, and go from there. When we come back, we do the spiritual.
Since there wasn't really a whole lot going on, that we'd all leave the location, clients included, leave the house and let the equipment run by itself.
Well, we're almost done here, and the house is empty of all living residents right now, so hopefully we're getting something going on right now. But overall, you know, the possible, you know, threatening manners or negative being in here is really not presenting for us, at least.
Yeah, I'm not. I got a little bit at the very beginning, but it's been mostly Brian that I've been picking up on. Got quite a few things nailed right on the head.
Yeah, just for those
that
who don't know exactly. You know, Brian.
Brian is the fiance of the homeowner that had called us. Passed away almost 2 years ago, and as a matter of fact, it was just his birthday recently. And got quite a few hits on that she was able to confirm right away, sitting down with her for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. And so it put a lot of validation, you know, for her, and I think that really helped her to know that he's okay, that he's still here.
Yeah.
He's just really wanting to make sure that she's okay and that she moves on with life, and he just wants her to be happy.
Because just the act of coming in, investigating, and acknowledging or putting pieces together to help, you know, be like, yeah, it's Brian that's here. Sometimes it's closure for the spirit, and it the activity kind of ceases and takes care of itself.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that there's another entity there. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you could...
I was getting more on that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was telling Jackie. I was like, Erica's getting this other one. I'm getting more Brian. We both heard a woman in the house.
There.
So there's possibly 3 in there. It's just that Brian is the one that's coming through the most, I guess. He's being the most vocal. We'll just have to see what comes out on the video and the recordings.
I'm glad you made it with us this time, Jackie.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what, on to the next in 5 months?
Yeah.
No. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. No.
Hopefully you'll be with us more, because I really want you to have more of that experience. Okay, so now we're back. Interesting to see if the activities changed or energies have moved or shifted.
Honestly, I didn't feel much of a change going on in the house. We did decide to go ahead and go upstairs. We were up there for probably a good 20 minutes or so.
I think really that the male presence up here, as we're going on the spiritual side, that's what we're doing right now. The male presence up here is predominantly the one that's more the, I guess, standoffish, kind of aggressor. Gets his kicks sometimes out of scaring people away because he kind of wants a space, more or less, and that's what I'm getting. And mostly, well, it's all over in the house, but primarily this is your domain. I kind of got that. You're mostly up here, and it seems like you're up here because this might have been where you took your last breath. That's where we're just kind of tearing things off before we start on the or start packing up. Probably do the green screen too. Then the female here who's whimpering, and I've heard you, and I also get that you're not very happy, frightened, scared, sad, all that kind of stuff. You can come. Noise from in here. You can come forward. You can speak to us. You don't have to be afraid anymore. There's a lot of noises in that room. I mean, the guy, he really needs to he needs to go where he needs to go, and he needs to leave as he doesn't have any business here anymore. But you're the one who wants out. I feel you want free. You do want to get free of him, free of your captors. You're a woman who's never had a voice that could be heard. Part of it was because of the times. I mean, you're being a woman. But I want you to know that this is a different time. I mean, you do have a voice.
When we were doing the spiritual side of the investigation upstairs, the beginning went by pretty smooth and didn't really hear. We heard some noises, but not a whole lot. And then I thought I heard a few more movements on the steps, and I believe it was when we started trying to talk to the lady who's up there. Definitely tension, it seems, towards the wife, or who we think is the wife.
Yes, Brian, yeah, he's here too, but I get that he's not always. I mean, he comes and goes. But the ones that are mainly to this house are the ones that are up here. Anymore. And the man or the male presence who's in here too, who thinks he's dominant and is keeping her trapped. If that is you, you need to step back. You need to step back and let her step forward. As much as I know you don't want to, she's more than ready to go. She doesn't like it here anymore.
at the end of the night, we decided to go ahead and do a little bit more of the spiritual, just to let the female presence know, listen, it's okay. You can move forward. You can be released from this house.
I've been to places that really have warranted a full-blown cleansing of some sort, and this one I'm not. And yeah, it could be, you're right, it could just be in hiding because we're here and then it comes out when we're not, but I mean, usually, if they're hiding this well, and myself is not really getting too much, and you aren't either, I mean, that's a hell of a good hide.
Yeah.
Because spirits,
Eventually.
yeah, they
Do
usually
something.
are not this elusive, to us. I usually still get something off of them, no matter how hard or wherever they go. We usually find them.
Did you say all of that? After, no. No, I'm not doing that.
With our visit here overall, we still have evidence and whatnot to go over, and we don't jump to one solid conclusion until we complete all of that too. But with the initial review, it just seems like Sarah and I agree for the most part, is that I picked up on 3 predominant individuals here. One is free floater, and that means basically he can go wherever he appears. He's not always here, and that's the one that's connected to you. I bet not just here, but he's shown himself and did things probably anywhere that you go, and there's activity that happens regardless if you're here or elsewhere. He comes especially in times of distress and stuff like that as kind of a guidance. He does that for you, and he's helped you out more than you realize, or maybe you have realized. And yeah,
my card.
yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah. He's the good one, and he's very much, his love is not left in death. He's very much still involved in that, and he can't let go. So you have that one, and then the 2 that really they came with the house, they're still here. One primarily is a man that he could be frank, but he's not really. He doesn't want to give up much of anything. And we've thrown a lot at him, and he's just kind of like, I'm not gonna. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to say anything. But we still get his presence, and he's primarily upstairs. That's his domain.
Things happen. Don't shrug them off, but just note them. Just kind of still keep a journal and keep track of what does happen. Don't let it get to you though, because I know that's huge for you right now, where you're just, I can't live in my own home, and you need to stay here. You need to definitely stay in this home. That's what he wants. This was your home. This was your home together. But he also wants you to move on with your life and have a great life. And he wants you to be happy. That's the biggest thing.
When you were trying to get the woman to speak or to come out, and I said that she couldn't, I had gotten a flash of a man. I could not see his face, but he had her around the waist with her holding her arms down and had his hand over her mouth. So that could be why she's more moaning or...
Yeah, very well could be, yeah. Load up here, so you're half in, half out already.
I've been up almost 24 hours now. That's not like me at all.
No.
Hey, come on, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I normally go to bed around 8:30, 9 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
Did either one of you have any questions or anything?
This being my second investigation, I had just as much, it was just as interesting to me as the first. It definitely, I went into it thinking it'd be something and then came out realizing it was something else. I'm interested in this kind of stuff and learning about the history of it, so it was kind of really interesting to me the entire way through.
Thanks again for having us out. It'll take about, we're trying to keep a month behind for going over evidence, a month's time or so, but with the holidays coming up, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you it's going to take probably a little bit longer than that. Get through all the evidence and go back to you. So, yeah. Anything else?
Thanks for having us out. You guys can finally get some sleep.
Yeah.
You've been putting up with us, you know.
Yeah.
So. Yes.
All right, well, 2.5 hours. You can be in bed.
Yeah.
Alright, so overall I think the case went pretty well. It's more or less closure and a little bit of comfort that we were able to provide, which is still under what we do, and that's very much our job. And went in there and I didn't feel anything that really warranted a full-blown cleansing, at least at this time. And I think that a lot of the stuff the client wanted some form of just kind of a comfort closure, someone kind of give her a positive feedback what we were getting, and again, nothing that I got was really that negative there.
Yeah, if
I'd be really
anything, I
surprised.
think it's going to be the complete opposite. It's going to be a call and say thank you. You know, everything has been so much better, positive, but, you know, time will tell, and we just have to see, you know, what the outcome is and see, you know, where it goes from here.
It was a good experience for me. Like, it definitely had its differences from the last case I was on. So it wasn't like same old thing. It was.
And that's what you get.
learning different things.
Seems like no two cases are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Some of them have the same storyline. Say it.
The investigation went really well. We weren't able to get a lot of information, but it helped out a lot with the house. It's very minimal. I've experienced some little bit here and there, but nothing too terrible like it was. From the evidence that I've heard, it sounds really good. I don't think I'll be having any more issues with it. Yes, I'm very glad that you guys came to investigate and find out what was going on in my house.